Well, here it is, Easter. I have decided to vlog again. I thought about leaving it and just not coming back. And there are many reasons behind that. One was I felt like I was saying the same thing every week, and although not every week, a lot of times I was saying the same thing over and over and over. I wasn't achieving goals. Sometimes it empowered me to come look at the camera and say, hey, I didn't achieve what I was doing, but I put in a good fight. But other times I don't feel, looking back, I thought, well, at the time it felt like I was putting in a good fight, but now looking back, maybe I wasn't. Although my goals were very specific, part of what this vlog, I think it's part of the reason I wanted to leave the vlog, because I only was really talking about fitness. And that's not my forte. Not that it's something I'm bad at per se. Well, yeah, no, I'm bad at it. That's why I started this vlog. I'm not out of shape. I'm not where I need to be. I'm not where I was when I was training to fight. The reason I decided to go ahead and start again was because I decided that if I go ahead and encompass myself and embrace who I am and the whole me, then this might be more beneficial both to me, to anybody else, or at least entertaining. Another reason that I decided to come back were because of two people that are very well known, but I had no clue who they were. One is Gary Vee. He talks about embracing yourself and understanding that everyone has a skill. It may not be monetary. You might not be able to monetize it, but everyone has talent somewhere. Compared to Casey Neistat. Casey Neistat vlogged every day for the last year, and now he's on day 2 or 3, I don't know. The point is that he embraces who he is, and shortcomings and all. Kind of wasn't doing that. Not so much my shortcomings, because I'm pretty open about those, but to try and limit what I was vlogging about and focus on, I don't even know. I just went back and watched them all and said, you know what, this is why I stopped, because it wasn't interesting, even to me. What does that mean? Here's the deal. Ooh, nice haircut, John. Here's the deal. I'm going to spend the first few vlogs talking about me, myself, what my goals are, what I'm all about, what's going on, and go from there. Right now, just to give you an idea of what's going on, I am in a play that is next week. It's a short play. 2 performances, Saturday night and Sunday. It's being done at a local college, and it's run by college, and I'll say kids, because they scheduled the first performance at 11 o'clock at night. That was genius. I'm pretty irritated by that. Had I known that from the get-go, I would have either lobbied for an earlier starting time, or if I would have done that from the beginning, I would have either lobbied for an earlier starting time, or I would have had to reconsider if I was going to be in it. Doing a Saturday night performance 11 p.m., getting out at 12:30, and then having another performance less than 12 hours later, it's poor planning. And obviously the students haven't promoted shows. I've promoted a few shows myself, so I understand that wasn't the way you do it. Okay, I'm currently living in my ghetto house. I call it my ghetto house because it's in the ghetto. Bought it for $11,000, living in it for under $30,000. The shortcoming in that plan is I haven't sold the house with a mortgage yet because I'm putzing, but I've also used it as a studio for a couple big projects, which is the other thing. Building a video business, a videography business. I've worked mostly with nonprofits to this point, but I'm doing that so I can pay for gear and the ability to shoot short films. I still have my goals, which I'll lay out, and hopefully they'll all make sense. Goals. My goals are to lose weight, but more importantly is to really get in shape. I was doing all right for a while. I went back to school, put weight on, lost weight after. Really what it comes down to is what everyone says is changing lifestyle. I need to change lifestyle, and I've been doing that. My eating has changed dramatically. I am currently eating a diet that my brother is restricted to. He is surviving brain cancer. That was a whole deal in itself. I mean, I went through a lot with him, but nothing like what he went through. But the thing is he has to eat a very specific diet, and so that he's not alone in that, I've been eating the same diet. The rough outline is no wheat, no sugar, even fruit. A lot of fruit I can't eat because of the sugar levels. It has to be relatively low carb. When I say low carb, you're talking about 100 carbs a day, net carbs. So that's the gross carbs minus fiber. That's the short version, and I may go over that in a future vlog in a lot more detail. And I hope to possibly even include video that he's been doing so that people going through what he's going through might have some idea what they're facing. Because when we looked up brain cancer, there's not a whole lot of real good information as far as what to really expect, what it's really like, what people are going through. And so we've been doing some video to help others. Exercise, yeah, it's not going well. The routine, I went and lifted the other day what I thought were light weights, ended up having to foam roll, which I do anyway, excessively, and having to do low impact cardio the rest of the week, simply because my hamstrings, of all things, weren't having it, which was a little odd. But I have lost a lot of weight on this diet, somewhere in the neighborhood of, I don't know, I'm guessing 35, 40 pounds. My plan is to lift twice a week and do high intensity interval training twice a week with lots of foam rolling and stretching. That full scale will be the second week of April. So a week from Monday is when I really plan to start that. Until then, for the next week, it's going to be stretching and just light, low impact workouts, just to get my body moving more than it has. What's the purpose of this whole deal? Well, when I set out to do it, if you look back at the first video, if you want to go that far back, which I don't recommend, the whole concept is have a goal to work for. And my original goal was if I lost the weight that I wanted to lose and was fit and able to do this and that and the other thing, I would go on a date with Natalie Portman. Whether she goes with me or not, I don't care. I'm going on the date. Because I think hanging out with Natalie Portman for an evening would be cool. I think she'd be pretty cool to talk to and have dinner with. What I've realized in the last couple of years is that these goals are moving targets. So to say I've won or I've achieved the right for that, I am going to put together a more realistic, more comprehensive goal list and present that by, let's say, June 1st. Sound good to you? June 1st. So that I can actually say these are the goals, these are the actual goals, these are the ones that I need to meet to earn that date. Those might change because I'm an adult and I can do that if I find out one of them is harmful, or maybe it's not the goal I thought it was, which happens a lot. You set a goal and then you find out, oh, wait a minute, I said I wanted to do this, but that really was just a symptom of wanting to be able to do something more serious or more intense. And I'm just going to share with you some of my weekly adventures, if they're that. Like this week, the ghetto train. Yeah, I laughed and laughed because there is definitely a different life in the ghetto, and I'll be sharing some of that with you. But the ghetto train was the best because there were, I think, 2 engines. You'll see it here as I'm talking. There were 2 engines and I think 3 cars in a caboose. I'd never seen such a thing. It was, I thought it was hysterical. But to finish up for this week, I want to say thank you to Casey Neistat and Gary V for their videos, because it made me look at the possibilities as opposed to all the limitations. I was focusing on what I'm limited to, and I realized I got a bunch of gear. I can do pretty much what I want. I've been writing screenplays. I've been shooting some short films. We've got one in post-production right now, which hopefully, if the special effects come through and the sound is straightened out, it'll be released, I'm hoping, 4th of July. That's the goal as of right now, but I have to see how realistic that is given the special effects that are in the works. So there we go. This is the first vlog back. Easter, time of renewal. And I hope you're doing well. I hope you have a great Easter. I hope you're renewing, and I'll catch you next week.